Hello everyone, it's Karen, and I'm going to do another video, and today it's a different one, and it's not one you'd probably expect to see on the channel, but I kind of feel like doing it anyway. But today on this channel we're going to be paying tribute to one of the music greats who we sadly lost yesterday. That was the great Eddie Van Halen. And no, I don't know if any introduction really is needed. Eddie Van Halen, of course, was the strongest, dominant force in the great rock band Van Halen. So yeah, I want to talk a bit about Eddie Van Halen's career, you know, a bit about his life, and just discuss his impact on music, you know, and even show you some Van Halen items I have. Well, pretty much all the Van Halen items I've acquired through the last year. I don't have that many, but hopefully I'll extend it in the near future, who knows. So anyway, so yeah, I heard the news last night at about, I'm going to say around about before 9ish, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I heard the news last night, and I'm in Facebook, and I see a lot posting in a lot of music groups, and I saw a post that Eddie Van Halen had died at the age of 65, and I was like, I just couldn't believe it, you know. I mean, the fact that, you know, that this guy was gone, you know, I couldn't believe it. And it was like that when Tom Petty passed away. I just couldn't believe that had happened, you know. And to think the guy was 65 and you're like, oh my gosh, he was young. I mean, that's no way to go. I mean, of course, I'm sure many people know he'd had like problems with his health. He'd battled cancer for a while, so I'm sure that was something folk knew. I mean, we'd all known that, but we didn't think that this would happen. But I just want to discuss a bit about Eddie Van Halen's career and the impact of his music, as I say. So we're gonna talk about the Van Halen items I have and all the things I've shown that relate to Eddie Van Halen. I'd always known about Van Halen because of the song Jump, because I really liked that song when I was young, you know, when I was growing up. I liked that song a lot. And that was all. I didn't really know too much about Van Halen, but it wasn't until I was listening to Michael Jackson and the song Beat It that I learned that the solo was by Eddie Van Halen, and I was like, wow, but it's an amazing solo for Beat It. And that was something that was the first time I really knew about Eddie Van Halen. I didn't really know much about him before Van Halen, so I probably thought, oh, he's probably in Van, because I know the name Van Halen, but I didn't know much of the band or their names. But I'd seen the Jump video a lot, so I knew what they looked like, but didn't know much about the video about Van. So Eddie was born in Holland originally, grew up in Amsterdam. I think he moved to America later on. He had his brother Alex was also in Van Halen, the drummer. And in 1978 they released their first album, which I don't have, but which I'm going to get. I know it's one of their most big albums and one of the biggest albums that's been made, but I don't have it yet. But I'm keeping fingers crossed I'll find it one day eventually. So we're going to skip to Van Halen's 2 in 1979, which was their second album. And I know the hit Dance the Night Away because it's been on their greatest hits. And I heard the song You're No Good on the radio, which I think was a cover song. I don't know who originally by, but I know it was a cover song, and I heard the song You're No Good on the radio years ago. But what made Van Halen so dynamic was like the energy, especially with frontman David Lee Roth and like the band members. And Eddie Van Halen was the master of solos, I'd say. He was definitely up there with Gary Richrath of REO Speedwagon. He was like the master of these guitar solos. But this is an American import. I bought this back in April, I think. This is the original inner, which, oi, I don't know what happened there. This is the original inner sleeve, which I presume it would have come in, but the person I think who sold the record also supplied this sleeve in for it. And this is on Warner Brothers. This is 1979. So yeah, I had heard some of their songs because I bought greatest hits CDs of theirs last year, which I'm going to show you the CDs of. These two greatest hits compilations, and I'd sort of rekindled my interest in Van Halen in a bit, and then it made me want to sort of check out their their other prod albums, which I bought these two last year around about November 2019. I bought these. But yeah, I love the cover for this one, like that amazing logo. And this is how I know some of the songs, you know. And there's some other great ones on this double disc too. And this one was this one came out in 1996, and this was 2004. We'll talk about these a bit later. And then in 1980 we had Women and Children First. And this was I haven't again heard this in full, but I know the song And the Cradle Will Rock, and I really do like that song again through the Greatest Hits CD. So yeah, it's pretty. I really like that back picture there. There's the band there, and that one's Eddie there. In case you're all wondering, I'm sure you don't need me to explain who's who really, because I'm sure all Van Halen fans will know who's who in this photo. And again, this is on Warner Brothers, and this is a British pressing. Unfortunately, this copy does not come with the poster. I know some copies, all copies I think have posters, but unfortunately my one does not. But it was cheap on eBay and I thought, yeah, why not? Let's pick it up. And I think I heard everybody wants some in a YouTube video at one point of somebody showing their records. So that's that. And these next I'm going to show you my two favourite Van Halen albums. 1984. I don't have Divers Down or Fair Warning yet, but hopefully I'll get those two. But yeah, 1984 is a really awesome album. This was like their probably one of their biggest albums. Obviously it came out in the year 1984, and it had the big hit Jump, which is my favourite Van Halen song. And there's also great ones like Panama and Hot for Teacher on here as well as I'll Wait as well. So there's loads of great songs in the album. But this is something quite cool. This is an American import in the shrink, in the cellophane, with the original Hype sticker on it. And even the songs are on another sticker. So it was really cool to find. I found this in my record shop up in Salkett. So this was a really cool, unexpected thing to find. I bought this a few days before Christmas last year, in 2019. So yeah, really cool thing to have there. And as I say, US import. Here's your original inner. It's on Warner Brothers label. But yeah, this is a really great album. You know, one of my favourite albums of 1984. Up there with Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA, I'd say. Of favourite albums of 84. Oh, the shrink is beginning. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, definitely going to give these a play today. At some point. Or maybe within the next couple of days. Who knows. So then, as we all know, in 1985, 86, David Lee Roth left the band. And they got in Sammy Hagar to replace him. And Sammy Hagar, I think, is a good singer. For the band, and this is the album 5150, which I also love. I also love this album. So yeah, this is a really great album. This had the hits on. Quite like hit Why Can't This Be Love. It has one of my favourite hits that Van Halen did, Dreams. I haven't read the songs of Dinner Sleep because there's no like songs in the back cover. And it also had Mick Jones from Foreigner producing this album as well, so that was really cool there. You got hits Why Can't This Be Love, Dreams. Also loved Summer Nights, and Love Walks In is one of my favourites as well from that album. There's the sleeve with the lyrics, and again on the Warner Brothers label in 1986. And I also have the single for Why Can't This Be Love here, which was a big hit for them. And the B-side was Get Up. I'm on Van Halen 7-inch at the moment, but hopefully that'll change. So that. Next we've got Oh You 812, which I don't think is as good as, which I do like. I think it's good, but I don't think it's as good as a 5150 or 1984, but still pretty good. It has the big hit on When It's Love, and I love that song. Even have a 12-inch single of that song, which I'll show a bit later on. So this is also an American import. This came out in 1988. I also love Mine on Mine, Finish What You Started, and Feel So Good as well. Some of it's okay, some of it's pretty good, but let's just leave it the lyrics, and on a customized label here on Warner Brothers. So apologies this is turning into a bit of a long video, but I do have quite a bit to show. Anyway, as I say, 12-inch single for When It's Love, which contains AA Political Blues, which was on the CD copies of Oh You 812, and also When It's Love, the single edit. So yeah, pretty cool to find. This is one of my early Van Halen purchases. I think the first Van Halen vinyl I purchased on Warner Brothers, 1988. Yeah, one of my favourite Van Halen songs, as I say. And I don't have the 1990s, after the 1990s, I don't have any 90s stuff on vinyl because they are all so difficult to find because it was in the era where the CD was more dominant than vinyl was. So haven't show this next album on CD, but for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Haven't heard this album, but I do love that cover. And I also like the song Pound Cake, which is one of my favourites. And also, again, because I listen to the greatest hits, Right Now on here. Yeah, Right Now's on here. That's also a good song. This came out in 1991. And so also, meant to mention it earlier, but with the 5150 tour, they filmed a concert in New Haven, and I recently got the DVD for that. So yeah, I haven't watched the whole, but it should hopefully be good. I've seen like bits of it on YouTube. So yeah, really cool DVD there. So I say, don't have Balance in any format except on Spotify. I've got all the Van Halen albums on Spotify, some on physical copies. Again, don't have Balance, but might get that. But in 1996, they released a greatest hits project, the Best of Van Halen Volume 1. I don't know about Volume 2, yeah. Yeah, this had everything from like the first album through to Balance, and some 3 new songs on. Humans Being, which had been written for the Twister Sound film. Can't Get the Stuff No More, which features David Lee Roth. And Me Wise Magic, which also featured David Lee Roth. So this was kind of a David Lee Roth reunion, or sort of, shall we say, reunion with David Lee Roth. But really great CD, one that I have on my iPod. And then in 1998, Sammy had left a couple of years earlier, and they got in Gary Sharon for Van Halen 3, and I don't have that. Well, you could probably guess why I don't have it, because it wasn't really that well received, and Gary Sharon was not really well received either. And then in 2004, wasn't much for 6 years until we got the Best of Both Worlds compilation from 2004, double disc. And this again, I say, has more songs than the Best of Van Halen Volume 1 album, but yeah, still a lot of good stuff in here, you know. And even a really good cover of Roy Orbison's Oh Pretty Woman, which I never used to like, but through the years, I've listened to it again and I realised, yeah, it's good. It's good. As I say, double disc. And I also got 5150 on CD as well. Yeah, recently purchased that in Glasgow. And I also got this DVD of Van Halen Video Hits Volume 1. Which a lot of their videos are missing. It only goes from like Jump through 1984 through to Who's Without You in 1998. So it doesn't have things like Running with the Devil on, Ain't Talking About Love. Those videos are missing. Maybe hopefully one day those videos will get released onto a DVD. But I think those videos are on. You can get them on YouTube. So yeah, that's I think that's all I have to say in the Van Halen video. And then in 2007, David Lee Roth returned to the tour. And then they reunited David Lee Roth in 2012 for the album A Different Kind of Truth. Again, I don't have that, but again, I have that through Spotify. But I think pretty much there's loads of albums I have through Spotify for Van Halen. So yeah, it's just, it's really, this 2020's just been a really awful year with what we experienced with the coronavirus lockdown, and then we lose one of the giants in music. I mean, this has just been a really awful year for us, you know. But, you know, we have the music now and the memories of the concerts. If you went to see Van Halen, I'm sure you'll still have great memories of that show. So, yeah, this is a really sad day for music fans. And I think we're going to be listening to a lot of Van Halen this week, no doubt. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any memories of Van Halen and Eddie Van Halen, put your comments down below. I would love to. I'd love to hear if you've got any memories. And yeah, as I say, rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. You may be gone, but you're never forgotten. Thanks for watching. See you guys.